Anyone who's been running, lifting weights, training long enough has had to deal with the training during the holidays and maybe falling off of goals or maybe sticking to them. And I want to talk about what I've thought about because about 2 years ago for Christmas, I started my run around 4 a.m. to get 22 miles in. That was the plan for the day, just happened to fall on that day. And I learned a little bit from that experience because the rest of the day I was exhausted. I was just waiting for a nap, even while having opening presents and hanging out with my family. And this year I felt like I had a much healthier training period and just also family time with Christmas. And I wanted to talk about that just in case this is useful for the holidays or just any time of the year. And I think ultimately what it comes down to is the idea of choice. It's choosing and then being happy with that. And that's the key part. Because you can make a choice and then be disappointed. And so I think one of the healthiest, if we're getting into like mentally, is to not beat yourself up regardless of the choice. I'm all for it doesn't matter what's going on, it's the holidays, get it in. I'm also all for the idea of, hey, I want to spend time with my family, so I'm going to back off of training or skip a day or not work out as long or whatever it might be. My point is you should just be proud of the choice. And maybe you make a choice and are not proud of it and you learn from there. But if you can consciously make a choice before the holidays and then remind yourself, no, this is the choice and here's the consequences, good and bad, of that choice, I think you can just enjoy the experience overall. And so there's been holidays where I don't train and I beat myself up for not training and feeling like I'm not disciplined enough. And then there's been times I train, but then I feel disappointed that I wasn't there with my full self, energy-wise or whatever, with my family for certain things. And so I think what I'm trying to get at is kind of the aftermath of that, of like, how do you treat yourself or what do you think about? And yes, you can learn from it and realize and change, but yes, or 2 days ago, whenever Christmas was, I ran the day before Christmas Eve and wasn't planning on running on Christmas. And so I was there full energy, feeling good, well rested, spent time with my family, and then they all broke off to go see a house and take a nap and things like that. And then I found that I had some time to run. And so I decided kind of spontaneously to run at that time. And on that run, I was thinking about this of like, I chose. It was like I chose what I did and how I spent that time. And I'm going to be proud of that. And maybe the training wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I got the best of both worlds. And you don't necessarily need that. Like, you don't need to do the best of both worlds. But you could run for 30 minutes opposed to an hour on Christmas. And so you're there with your family. Or you could just decide, hey, you know what, this is the rest day. You could plan ahead a couple weeks and realize this is the day I'm taking off, so you're there with your family. Or get after the whole grind set of, no, I'm going to get it done regardless, and it's going to help me get closer to my goals. I think that's what it comes down to, is what is the goal? And I've had goals where it's like training is the most important thing, and recently, especially because I have two nieces on the way, I've thought a lot more about being there for my family and being able to foster relationships, to be a better uncle and be there for my siblings and my parents, of course. And so the goals have shifted, so that means the choices change, and I'm going to be proud of those choices and own those choices. And like I said, you can make a choice, decide, hey, I should do it differently. That's a learning moment. Then implement it next time, right? Insanity is when you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so reevaluate and decide next time. I just think it comes down to planning ahead, and then what are the goals of this period of time or life, and then owning those choices when they happen. And it's difficult when family has to say certain things about what you're doing. Fortunately, my family knows I'm a runner. They just kind of let me do my thing. And I planned around Christmas a little bit. I do know there's people who get kind of, shit on by their family for things, or wow, you're still going to do that on Christmas or during the holidays. Like, have a little fun, lighten up. I think if you've consciously made the choice, then you can own it. And so it's tricky when you say you're going to wake up and run and then you don't. Or you say you're going to spend time with family and then decide to distract yourself with something else. So ultimately, I hope what you get out of this is more of a mindset than a training strategy, if anything, is just figure out what your goals are and choose, and then own those choices and be proud of it. I'm all for you getting 3 hours of sleep to wake up early to run before Christmas presents if that is aligned with your goals, and you can be proud of that afterwards and not disappointed in yourself. I'm also all for the people that are like, I'm going to spend time with my family. I'll be too tired or won't have enough time if I train. and you focus on that. So hopefully you get something out of this video. I mean, the holidays are kind of wrapping up, but we still got New Year's Eve, and this can work for birthdays, Mother's Day, whatever, traveling, vacation, family events, whatever it might be. Ultimately, I think the best thing you can do is own your choices. And I did a much better job at that this year and walked away very fulfilled because I owned it and I was conscious about it, planning ahead a little bit more. So hopefully you got something out of this video that you can apply to your life. Hope you've had some good holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's. I hope I get to see you in another video sometime soon. Peace.